All right, shalom, shalom, guys. This is yours truly, Nadia Yashua. I hope all is well with you. As I'm shooting this video, it is 11:30 a.m. Why is it saying? Okay, yeah, my laptop's on Eastern time, so it's 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, December 11th, 2017. Forgive me, that's only a couple sips in with my coffee. So I wanted to do this video for you guys. I hope you're doing well. I mentioned, things and moving forward as far as the Bitcoin Academy. So many of you may be a bit confused on, what type of trading you should be doing. Should you be trading Bitcoin? And all this type of that type of stuff. So in order for me to give you my honest opinion, I'm gonna have to take you back a couple years, as far as me growing up and how I came about, the first time familiarizing myself with trading and things of that sort. So just to give you an idea, from 5th grade on, well, 3rd grade, I enrolled in military school. From 5th grade on, I was working. I was doing it was a military boarding school, so it was a residential school. I stayed there. I was carrying the mail and serving and stuff like that, serving in the line, food, that is, all the way up until senior year. So I basically saved up pretty much everything. I was a lame. I stayed in the house. I didn't do anything, but being a lame paid off when I needed that money. So all throughout high school, I was working. It was a couple years in college that it was freshman year and sophomore year. I think junior year I also interned as well too. But it hit me when I was about 18, about 7 years ago, that I realized that, man, this 9-to-5 thing isn't gonna cut it for me. This is just, there's a disconnect. Everything is not adding up to us living life like we're supposed to be. Many people are telling me it's a blessing, because it takes some people 40 years to figure it out. But I do consider it a blessing. It truly is. So I, just as any, as most people got started online, we see the email inbox alerts as far as, making, crazy types of money and stuff like that. At first, ClickBank was what appealed to me, but there was also this other network called ClickSure. You may have heard of it. And ClickSure is known for really hypey, I don't want to say scammy, but really hypey products that under deliver on a lot of it, okay? On a lot of their products. So there was this one product in particular that led me down the path to Forex trading. And I purchased a product, bought this product. I thought I knew everything there was about Forex trading. Okay, so then of course, I open an account, start Forex trading, and my account goes bust. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. And that cycle repeated until, thousands upon thousands of dollars, were lost on my end. Then I reached out to one of my mentors, Ralph, and he was actually training people on trading Forex and stuff like that. I know this video is supposed to be about Bitcoin, but I'm just, taking you guys through to how I got started. Then I got some training, I started to do well. But there was still something wrong. I still felt that there was something wrong. So more money lost. Okay, just added to the pile of money being lost. So it was about right around 5 years ago when I really started to educate myself on support levels. Basically, you see a trend going up, and it comes down, stop. And, support levels, you can draw a straight line to support the trend. Resistance levels, you can draw a straight line to make the trend go down. Basically, if the trend's going down, the peak point that it touches, you can draw a straight line called a resistance line. Look it up. You can see what I'm talking about more specifically. So I educated myself on that. Actually, when I ran into my mentor, Bill Hugel, I got up enough courage, and I wanted to do a trading lab. So I started experimenting with this trading, this type of trading in particular. there's three types of trading. There's day trading, where you can just take little bites off the market, and there's buying and holding. You could just buy something and you could just wait for it to go up or go a different direction, depending on whatever cryptocurrency you're in. And there's swing trading. So Bill and I, we got together and we were like, hey man, we should start a trading lab. So the first thing that jumped to my mind was, something with swing trading. Me personally, I don't like day trading because of the fact that, it's more of a gamble. It truly is. It's more of a gamble. I'm sitting in front of the laptop, watching the freaking thing go up and down, up and down. Oh, it's winning. Oh, it's losing. Oh, it takes you on an emotional highway, and I just didn't want to deal with that. I remember actually a good buddy of mine, Cody. He was we were in the computer lab over at the college I went to. We went to Wittenberg University. We were in the computer lab at maybe 2 or 3 in the morning. And we were taking 1-minute trades, and we were winning some, we were losing some, we were winning some, we were losing some. Ultimately, it came out to the goal that we lost all our money. So a lot of midnight oil was burned, and no progress was made. So I'm not a big fan of day trading. Now, swing trading is what we built this group on, and I was actually doing pretty well. By this time, I had educated myself on, there was a site called Forex Factory, and it releases news to let you know if a particular currency pair rather, is going to go up or down. But if it were that easy, everyone would be an extremely experienced Forex trader. It was not that easy. But we started off doing well. Okay, I was calling trades. I would wake up at midnight. I was on Eastern time. I would wake up at midnight and I would call a trade to myself, and there was about 10 other people in the booth. We were all logged in with our accounts and stuff like that. I'd call a swing trade, call or put, and I would do that. We won. There was one time we won like 8 trades in a row. Okay, over the course of 2 weeks. One day, maybe a day or two, I didn't call a trade because I wasn't confident, and the markets were too volatile. I wasn't confident in calling a trade. I'd rather we, save our money for a later day rather than risk it and losing it. So we won 8 in a row. Everything was going on the road. Until then, I decided to educate myself a little further. After a couple losses that we've had, and I decided to just shut the trading lab down. Reason being is because I actually found out that there were this small group of traders on Wall Street called market makers. Yes, you heard me right. There are people who make the markets. There are people who purposely trade against the masses to force them into losing trades. And then the light bulb went on. It was just an epiphany. Out of all these years, out of all this money lost, this is why I was losing, because it's really equivalent to a gamble. You think it's going to go one way, but then you have these people who are controlling the market. They are sure of it going a particular way in which they want it to go. So I decided to say, you know what, I'm done with this. Because in order for us to proceed and win more trades, we need to trade with the market makers. Okay. I really couldn't find any training on showing how to move with the market makers. So that's like going into a room with no door to exit. So I decided to hang that up. All right. Now, as far as Bitcoin, I wanted to delve into that a little bit just to give you guys history. I have won a lot of money with Forex trading in general. I have lost a lot of money, and I wanted to give you guys an example of day trading, swing trading. I favored swing trading over day trading, but in my opinion, what takes the cake is buying and holding, because it doesn't put you on an emotional highway. Okay. Now, as far as Bitcoin, do I trade Bitcoin? Do I day trade Bitcoin? Absolutely not. Do I swing trade it? Not really. More of anything, I use Bitcoin as a means of exchange. That's really all I use Bitcoin for. I'm not trading it. or anything like that. There were a few times where I've bought and I've held and risen and just took it out. Again, I just use it as a means of exchange. But my favorite form of trading is simply just buying and holding. Okay, it doesn't take as much work as the other two. As swing trade definitely doesn't take as much work as day trading. Okay, I've been there. It's sitting in a chair for 12 hours straight watching the stock market. Not cool. Okay, you can do that if you like, but I'm not doing that. Nigel Yasha is not doing that over here. So am I invested in Bitcoin? No. Again, I just use it as a means of exchange. But I will still market the Yolo Pros Bitcoin Academy to other people because they use Bitcoin. Okay, I'm just a middleman, and you can take the same approach. You can just market it to other people, and you can show them the training. Mark Hamlin, he actually goes over these 3 types of trading within one of the videos in the Bitcoin Academy. I suggest you go through it if you haven't gone through it just yet. But I wanted to talk to you guys about two currencies that I am invested in, 2 cryptocurrencies that is. So again, I just use Bitcoin as a means of an exchange, okay, just to get just this fake fiat currency. Okay, and in my opinion, you should do something as far as buying and holding. Okay, you should do something as far as buying and holding. You can do that with Bitcoin. You just have to catch it at the right time. So here's what I think about Bitcoin. Again, I mentioned in my other video, it solves some problems, but truth be told, I think Bitcoin is just another avenue for people to get rich. Okay, and that's just my opinion. I'm 1,000% entitled to it. I think it's just another opportunity for people to get rich. And while that's great, it's not necessarily solving a problem in the world. More people getting rich. That's not really solving a problem. Okay, because it is my opinion that money tends to wind up. Money is just a tool at the end of the day, but it's the intention that you put behind it that makes it evil or good. And it is my opinion that money has very often been winding up in the hands of the wrong people. Okay, that's just my opinion. I'm very observant, and I see that's kind of the way the world is going. But at the end of the day, money is just a tool. So am I gung-ho on Bitcoin? No, but there are 2 in particular that I heavily support. Number 1, first and foremost, is called the Billion Coin, or TBC for short. Okay, the main mission. Well, there's a couple different intentions behind the Billion Coin, but first off, it's not controlled or manipulated by any markets. It doubles every single month. It continues to rise in price point. Bitcoin, however, is manipulated by the markets. Okay, it's manipulated by those who hold the most coins, those at the top who hold the most coins. If they were to sell off a bunch of their coins, it drops. Okay, it would just slam down. Okay, when money comes back in, it goes up. Okay, the more people who come into Bitcoin and opening wallets and stuff like that, it goes up. It's really it really doesn't put value on people like TBC does. TBC's main mission is to end global poverty and hunger. Those are 2 huge problems that we have going on. Okay, I spoke to a guy recently, and after he was telling me that, man, he eats like every 3 days or something like that, has water every other day. A lot of people live in extreme circumstances compared to how we live over here in the U.S. And many people over here are ungrateful, and they don't realize that. But I support TBC. Sure, I'll be just deep in Bitcoin, again, getting rich, that's cool and all, but it's not really solving any problems that are going on in the world. Okay, so I stand firm with being well invested in the Billion Coin, or TBC for short. Okay, really great things coming up. We actually have fiat currency exchange. We have a debit card that's gonna be in our mailbox within a matter of weeks. We're looking to get into Starbucks. We actually have banks around the world investing $1 million each to support the TBC movement and what we stand for. And that's another point I want to bring up. Bitcoin is great and all, and the price has definitely risen tremendously compared to what it was when it first started out. Absolutely. However, it's not going to get the banks out of debt. It's not going to get the banks out of debt because TBC is more of an appreciating asset than what Bitcoin will ever be. TBC is the only thing that can get the banks out of debt. Right now, the banks are taking from Peter to PayPal. That's just what's going on with the banks. Okay, and I'm not trying to knock any banks or anything like that. It is the truth. That's just what's going on. But TBC is the solution for not only that and getting people out of debt and making people financially free, but solving global poverty and hunger and just all three of those just take the cake for me. I'm all in, because I've never been for myself. Okay, I've always been, well, absolutely, I have to, be for myself and get myself, in a position to where I can be for other people, absolutely. But it's never been selfish, me. I'm not saying anyone in Bitcoin is selfish, but turning a blind eye to TBC and the mission that it stands for, you may need to double check that. So TBC is one that I'm involved in. Another one that I'm involved in is, you guys may get a kick out of this, it's called Potcoin. Okay? Potcoin, like smoking pot, smoking weed. Okay, now, I don't condone any weed smoking behavior. The only reason that I support it is for medicinal purposes only. Okay? In its raw form, when you put the flame to it, it becomes toxic. Only do I support it in its raw form. Because not only does it have the THC in it, it also has what's called CBD, or cannabidiol, or CBD for short. That's the other agent in weed, and that's actually an agent that's naturally occurring in mother's milk. A lot of people don't know that, but once again, that's why I said I support marijuana in its raw form. Okay, so grind it up, put it on salads or something like that, or hemp in general. Okay. Potcoin is the currency for all of these weed dispensaries. I read an article, Amsterdam, they are actually looking to, they have Potcoin ATMs all throughout Amsterdam. The weed capital of the world has Potcoin ATMs. Dennis Rodman is another, he's a spokesperson for Potcoin. Not the spokesperson, but I guess he's more of an advocate, okay? He wears Potcoin shirts everywhere and stuff like that. But we see the value in it. And I actually I saw an interview with one of the founders of Potcoin, and the main thing that jumped out at me was the fact that these weed dispensaries, when they're collecting all this fiat currency, first of all, the customers on their way to the fiat currencies are at a risk of getting robbed. I'll have to check the rates in that. Just to see, exactly, the statistics and all that. But if you got, money, cash, coming to these weed dispensaries, you're at a risk of getting robbed. Once the dispensaries have received the cash, not only are they at a risk of getting robbed, but I heard that they have to, Febreze off all the the fiat notes, so that they can take them to the bank. They don't want to, be booked for like money laundering or something like that. But those are problems those are serious problems that need a solution. I'm all about supporting any movement that solves a serious problem. hands down. Again, I don't condone smoking weed or anything like that. I do support it for its medicinal benefits, but those are just a couple, problems, as far as, as far as weed and, people getting their medication from those dispensaries and stuff like that. But those are two that I'm invested in. Those are the two, the main cryptocurrency that I'm invested in. I wanted to, this video is going on way too long. It's at 20 minutes now, but I wanted to open up and tell you guys, just basically what I'm doing in the, investing world. Okay. I'm with those two right now. So, TBC, the Ability Coin, and, Potcoin. Okay. I use Bitcoin just as a means of an exchange. Okay. Now, Potcoin, I just buy and hold. I can actively day trade it on, I have a Bittrex account. I can day trade it on Bittrex if I wanted to. I don't do that. I just got 100 coins right now. You get 100 coins for like $30 or something like that. Actually, the price has rocketed from 5 cents up to 42 cents last week. It rocketed from 5 cents up to 42 cents. Actually got pretty close to 50 cents. So with that going on, and as we can see, more and more states are legalizing the use of marijuana and these dispensaries and stuff like that. I do, once again, I don't condone smoking weed, but I do support it for its medicinal properties. Okay, for its nutritional properties, not getting faded on cloud nine or anything like that. But some people use it for recreational use, but that's your business. But I wanted to tell you guys, I know I kind of went on a rant a little bit, but I wanted to just open up to you guys and tell you what I'm invested in currently. I only buy and hold. Okay, I only buy and hold. And the reason for that is because of the emotional highway that you go on. Now, one thing I do want to mention is, if you would like to swing trade, get your phone, okay? Get your phone, and there is an app that you can download. It's called CoinMarket app. CoinMarket app. Or you can go to the website coinmarketcap.com. Remind me later. But as you can see, it offers all of the different, you're probably getting a glare, but it offers all the different, the top cryptocurrencies. Okay, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, all that stuff. It has a favorites tab. Of course, Potcoin is in my favorite, and that's another thing I should mention. Well, I mentioned it already. TBC is not on CoinMarketCap. That's why a lot of people claim it's a fake coin or that it's a scam and all this other type of nonsense. First off, what fake coin has $1 million deals with banks? What fake coin is trying to be stolen by fake exchanges that people keep sprouting up every now and again? Okay, what fake coin is going to be in Starbucks? What fake coin has a deal with Visa to send MasterCards, to our physical addresses? There's nothing fake about it. What fake coin can people, which people truly are, they're buying houses. I know one guy personally, he actually has a house paid for with TBC. There was a video with another guy, he has like a whole lot of SUVs paid for with TBC. Okay, money is only worth the value that the people put into it. That's all it is. This fiat currency, that's all it is. That's all it is. It's I mentioned that all the ultimate are gold, silver, precious metals, and all that. Those will forever appreciate. But these fake currency notes, they're only backed by the faith that the people put into it. Okay. With that being said, money can be anything that you can use for means of an exchange. Way back when, it used to be gold and silver, but it used to have in place what's called the barter system, where basically, I'll trade you my cow for whatever a cow was good for, I don't know. but you get the point, okay? But I digress. So, favorites, I have Popcoin. If you click that, you'll see a tab that says alerts. Right now, Popcoin is hovering at 29 cents, okay? You'll see a tab that says alerts, and you can actually set the alerts to notify you. Really cool. You can set the alerts to notify you when there's a drop in price. Really cool. Okay, so I can set an alert on Bitcoin. Let me know when it drops. I don't know, a couple $100, maybe $300 in price point, or 500 or something like that. As soon as you get that alert, you should have the Coinbase app. I forgot to mention that, but you should have the Coinbase app on your phone so that you can buy with your USD wallet, and you can sell, out of your BTC wallet. BTC wallet, it changes, it moves, it fluctuates with the market. US dollar locks it in at whatever dollar price that it has. Okay, so you can buy and sell. You can do that repeatedly. So in a nutshell, I guess, if you want to swing trade or day trade, actively trade on a daily basis, well, day trading is basically taking small bites. Okay, swing trading is waiting for a low of the day, or a low of the week, or a low of the month. Okay, and then you buy in. You buy in at that price point, and you wait for it to rise back up. So that's why I'm saying you can set this alert to notify you, give you a ring on your phone when the Bitcoin price has dropped or it has reached the low of the day. And at that particular time, you can go ahead and you can buy cash, and you can wait for the price to climb back up. Now, again, I don't do Bitcoin. But you guys are absolutely, you're more than welcome to, of course. It's just because Popcoin, I know, is gonna rise. It's definitely gonna go up. There's a need for it, and it solves problems. TBC, that's gonna continue to rise, no questions asked, because that's how the coin is. That's how the coin is made. Okay, it's made to appreciate. Okay. You take a look around, the green trees, all the leaves. How many blades of grass are out in the grass? How many strands of hair do I have on my hair? I don't know, but the point I'm trying to make is that our universe only knows prosperity. We only know prosperity. We don't know scarcity. Bitcoin and all these other cryptocurrencies, unfortunately Popcoin, they're all driven by a scarcity mindset. But then at the same time, I see the value in Popcoin. But I'm not saying don't invest in them. I'm just saying proceed with caution, because at any moment the price can drop, it can crash. At any moment it can shoot sky high. You have to do your research on that. Or really research. You need to get a handle on it. You need to find out when the big dogs at the top who are holding all the coins are going to sell off, and no one knows that. No one knows that except for their close. The people around them, or the people that they tell. Okay, and because I don't know that information, I'm out. Same thing with Forex. If I can't trade with the market makers to be sure of my profit rising, I'm out. It's just a gamble. Okay, so but this video is on 28 minutes, guys. I'm gonna close it out. I hope that you found this video of value to you. I just wanted to give you, just to have you download a piece of my brain, if you will, to see the way things that I see them as far as trading with Bitcoin, any other cryptocurrency that I'm investing in. Speaking of which, I actually have a separate YouTube channel. It's called Popcoin Boss. Yes. The link will be below. Also, I have a TBC page, TBC Boss. Both of those links will be below. Okay. If you happen not to be in Yolo Pros at this point in time, please join below. My link will be below, so that you can see this Bitcoin Academy that I am speaking of, and there's many other different things that we have to offer for the time being. As always, my email is below and my Facebook link. Please, guys, give this a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. I hope that this video was of the utmost value to you. Please subscribe. Please feel free to share this with anyone that's kind of perplexed on where they should go with Bitcoin, what currencies they should invest in, so on and so forth. And you know what? Actually, I'll leave a couple resources for you guys below on not only how to make a wallet, a Popcoin wallet, okay, but I'll also leave a resource that I use to make that I used to win free Popcoins. Believe it or not, really cool. So I'll leave those links below for you guys. Check them out. Please comment, like, subscribe, reach out to me. I love to hear your thoughts. With that, it has been yours truly, Nazir Yahshua, King Yahshua. Take good care of yourself, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Shalom.